this is not to bash K-pop. I'm all here for it. I love the fan base. I love the culture around it. However, I did kind of want to bring this other side of the spectrum where I think it's important to like differentiate the two. It's like very important to me personally to differentiate the two because people easily blend them. Like I see it all the time on TikTok, and for me they have two completely different sounds, like two completely different sounds. So I just wanted to iron that out and make that clear and kind of give my 2 cents about the matter. But whatever one you love, I think you should embrace.
Christ's love isn't like everybody else's love. It's not like the world's love. The world's love loves you when you do things right or when you do things with them. But as soon as you make a mistake, they take that love away. But what I've experienced with the love of Christ is that it loves first. It loves through wrongdoing. It loves when you shouldn't be loved anymore. It's unconditional. And that's the love that I believe is going to change the world and has changed me.
Hey, what's up, y'all? It's Makaya. I'm back and I'm black and I'm back and I'm black and I'm back and I'm black and I'm back and I'm black.
Yo, Sasha here. Excuse me? Supermodels do not fly business class. Now, I'm not gonna demand a private jet, but I think Jag could at least spring for first class.
Yes, and I am bringing you all this video because I want to see Psy and it was such an amazing time. When I went to the concert, I'm like, that was a thorough show. Like when I tell you them boys put on a show, they put on a show. Y'all didn't know my favorite is Jimmy and Wisa. They are my faves. I love when they come together and they collaborate. So that was like fire, 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 fire. I love when they come together and they collaborate. I discovered them a few months ago and I listened to this artist. I'm going to put her on the screen. I don't want to butcher her name. And I didn't even realize she was a J-pop artist because I'm not going to lie, I'm not the biggest fan of K-pop. I love groups like Twice. I think they're really dope, but overall, like I'm not like the biggest fan of K-pop. But I really do like J-pop a lot, I realized. And that's why I'm bringing you all this video, is because I kind of wanted to dive into how and see if I'm the only one where I prefer J-pop over K-pop. And I'll go into my reasonings why. But before we get started, please make sure you like, comment, and subscribe to see more of me. And if you're new, hey, and if you're a returner, I really, truly, truly appreciate the love. And if you get the chance, please follow my social media platforms. My Instagram is @moreofmakaya. I'll leave you one and more. And my TikTok is @thelifeofkaya. And if you are a person who loves various different things that truly do not correlate and you have a random mind full of a whole bunch of random thoughts, then this is the channel for you, okay? This is the channel for you. So please come on, subscribe, and have fun with us. So without further ado, we're gonna get into the video. So I think at first, like I stated, I'm going to show you all clips. I had a great time. I actually took myself on a solo date and I loved it. I loved it. I loved it very much so. Very much so. So yeah, I'm gonna show you all clips from there now and then we'll get right into our topic. What I love about them is not only that they're physically diverse, but they also have a rich diversity within their musical sounds. And this is why I thoroughly enjoyed the concert. And this is what makes them stand out and makes them different from K-pop art. So now this is my opinion, this is my observation. This is not to downgrade K-pop. I think there's a lot of talented artists within that realm. However, I did want to kind of give a different discourse because I think a lot of times people tend to blend K-pop and J-pop together and put them like in one genre, when I actually believe polar opposites.
K-pop appeared within the 1990s, and it was encouraged by the Korean government to promote the country internationally, whereas J-pop is primarily designed for the Japanese audiences and began within the 1960s. And what I found interesting about this is that even though K-pop is the more newer genre, it is more internationally accepted. But that makes sense, whereas for the J-pop, it was more so catered to the Japanese audience, and it seemed like at first, or over a good amount of years, it wasn't really the focus of being broadened out international because a lot of their fan base is within Japan. So they can withstand, and it seems like the K-pop community really does profit off of the international base. Not to say it doesn't get love in Korea, it seems like it does get more popularity outside of Korea. K-pop, also known as Korean pop, and J-pop, also known as Japanese pop, are both forms of popular music, but they differ significantly in their musical styles, such as their visual aesthetics, idol culture, and overall branding, with K-pop generally considered to have a more polished, synchronized, dance-focused image, while J-pop often incorporates more traditional Japanese musical elements and a wider variety of genres within its umbrella. Diving into the musical styles, K-pop tends to incorporate a mix of genres such as pop, hip-hop, R&B, and electronic dance music, with a strong emphasis on catchy melodies and synchronized choreography, while J-pop draws more from traditional Japanese music, including folk elements, and can encompass a broader range of genres such as rock, ballads, and idol pop, but it also touches into hip-hop, R&B, and electronic dance as well. Now diving into the visual aesthetics, K-pop idols are often presented with a very polished, youthful image with emphasis on fashion and carefully curated visuals, while J-pop visuals can vary more depending on the artist and genre, sometimes incorporating a more mature or individualistic styles. Now diving into the training and idol culture, K-pop idols typically undergo rigorous training for years before debuting, focus on singing, dancing, and language skills, whereas J-pop idols may have a wider range of training depending on the agencies and genre. Now, this is not to say that J-pop idols do not go through rigorous training as well. However, their training tends to be a lot more different than the K-pop idols. Now diving into the international reach, K-pop has gained a significantly more global popularity than J-pop, largely due to aggressive marketing strategies and a strong international fan base. However, it does seem like J-pop is growing, but K-pop is the bigger genre.
Yeah, they're just two completely different polar opposites, and I don't think people talk about it enough. And one of the biggest difference for me, K-pop tends to be a lot more cookie cutter, I would say. That's just my observation. It's a lot more cookie cutter. Everyone tends to kind of like be aligned, kind of have the same image. Whereas with J-pop, there's like nice blends of like hip-hop, pop, jazz, this, that, and they blend it all together, and they also show different diverse sounds. And I think sometimes with K-pop, from what I observe, is they tend to have like a similar sound throughout their whole trajectory. Whereas even the simple example of Sci-Fi, like I think they're a great example to describe what I'm referring to, is that if you hear all of their songs sound different, completely different. This is a great example of the many J-pop groups and J-pop artists out there. They tend to have more flavor, in my opinion, and that's what gravitates me so much to it. And I don't really hear many people talking about this, at least from my side of like TikTok and my side of YouTube. And I just kind of wanted to bring this forward because I actually really do like a lot about Japanese culture. If you don't know, I grew up watching anime. I've always loved anime since I was a child. So I like a lot of that stuff. Very much so, very much so. I'm actually obsessed with it. I think like is downgrading it. I truly like a lot of that stuff. So yeah, I was like, you know what? I really started thinking that. I'm like, am I the only one that prefers J-pop over K-pop? I wonder, because I don't think that's a popular opinion. I think a lot of people, especially K-pop is the bigger genre, as we know. That's like the truth of the matter. K-pop is the bigger genre. However, I like the undergroundness of J-pop, and I do think it's getting more popular as like Sci-Fi. This was their first time touring in the United States, so congratulations to them. But going to see them really truly sparked this. So I'm just interested to know you all's thoughts down in the comments. This wasn't really meant to be drawn out. This was just kind of meant to like get you all to think, or maybe explore J-pop if you're more of a K-pop girly, because I actually truly thoroughly enjoy J-pop. I do. I love it. I'm not gonna lie. Maybe because it has more flavor, in my opinion. Now, once again, this is not to bash K-pop. I'm all here for it. I love the fan base. I love the culture around it. However, I did kind of want to bring this other side of the spectrum where I think it's important to like differentiate the two. It's like very important to me personally to differentiate the two, because people easily blend them. Like I see it all the time on TikTok, and for me they have two completely different sounds, like two completely different sounds. So I just wanted to iron that out and make that clear and kind of give my 2 cents about the matter. But whatever one you love, I think you should embrace it. And I love the environment. I love the unity throughout the different sounds. So if that is your favorite, most definitely keep listening to it. But I kind of did want to open up the conversation, one, of displaying that they're two different genres. They're not the same thing. Regardless if they both originate in like Asian culture, they're still two different things. And I also wanted to kind of spark anyone who has not really dove too deep into J-pop, because there's some really talented artists within that realm. I come from like a hip-hop, R&B, pop background of things, and don't get me wrong, I love a little bit of rock and country as well, but a lot of my origins are like in R&B and like pop and jazz. And I feel like Sci-Fi shows a great example of like the diversity within sounds, and I love it. I absolutely love it. I cannot complain. Like I truly love it. Okay, so if you get the chance to check it out, I highly recommend, because you will not be disappointed with this group. You will not be disappointed, no way. And if you are, get at me, but I don't think you will be. Okay, I don't think you will be. I really don't. Yeah, so I appreciate you all taking the time to watch this. Once again, please like, comment, and subscribe if you enjoyed this conversation, this discourse. And as always, remember that you are loved by the one who created the universe. You were made for such a special purpose. There's a reasoning why we're all connecting even now through this camera. And I just want to tell you personally that you truly are special, and the Lord created you for such a great purpose. So I'm just so thankful for us having this moment. And I will see you all in the next video. Stay blessed, everyone.